And in our top business story, the UAE has announced a landmark new $50 million grant fund for renewable energy projects in the Caribbean islands. Launched by Reem bint Ibrahim Al Hashimi, the Minister of State for International Cooperation, the UAE Caribbean Renewable Energy Fund represents one of the largest ever single investments in the region's clean energy sector, as well as a significant deepening of bilateral relationships between the UAE and Caribbean countries. Grant funding is provided by the Abu Dhabi Fund for Development, with the UAE Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation managing the initiative and Masdar the leading implementation. The announcement, which brings UAE development assistance for renewable energy to almost $1 billion since 2013, was made on the sidelines of the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week as part of the annual General Assembly meeting the International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA. The UAE Caribbean Renewable Energy Fund represents a new pillar of expanding cooperation and exchange between the UAE and Caribbean. A number of Caribbean countries have appointed ambassadors to the UAE in the last year to develop trade and investment links, as well as prepare for the Dubai 2020 Expo. For the first time in the Expo's history, each country will be able to host its own pavilion, allowing Caribbean participants to showcase projects and plans to potential partners from across the globe. First Gulf Bank has announced the first score of its Wealth Sentiment Index, which stands at 1,017.41 for January 2017. The index score indicates cautious optimism amongst UAE investors, with crude oil prices firming up and the UAE tourism sector remaining healthy, with increasing room occupancy alongside an increase in the Purchasing Managers Index. The index score is based on insights from a panel of industry thought leaders who form the FGB Wealth Sentiment Index Council, which is composed of affluent individuals and industry experts. The research is based on three key areas: optimism within the UAE market, growth prospects in respective industries, and personal investment choices. This research is combined with key market indicators such as GDP, inflation, stock indices, and commodity prices, alongside sectoral indicators including real estate, tourism, and trade, which is weighted at 40%. The launch of the index, the first of its kind for the UAE and MENA region, was announced during the bank's fourth annual investment conference in November 2016 and was established to measure the prevailing mood of affluent investors in the UAE market from a personal and business point of view. It is an indicator of the overall sentiment of the market based on existing fundamental and economic factors. Homegrown powerhouse Emirates is the most positively perceived brand in the UAE yet again. That's according to the 2016 Best Brand Rankings released today by global market research company YouGov. The 2016 annual Best Brand Rankings, which launched across 24 countries globally, including the UAE, Saudi Arabia and Egypt, are compiled using the Buzz score from YouGov's daily flagship brand tracker, Brand Index. Buzz asks residents daily if they have heard anything positive or negative about a brand in the last 2 weeks through advertising, news or word of mouth. Respondents are interviewed on YouGov's online panel. The airline most notably caught consumer attention, with brand ambassador Jennifer Aniston reappearing in a new advertising campaign for 2016, and Emirates has continued to receive the highest brand buzz scores of over 400 brands in the UAE this year, retaining its crown as the #1 brand in the country. Buzz rankings holding tight onto second place is WhatsApp. The mobile messaging phenomenon is certainly one of the UAE's most commonly used methods of communication, according to YouGov data. Meanwhile, hypermarket Carrefour is in third place after seeing a steady increase in 2016, landing it as the only new entry into the brand index rankings. And Emaar has continued its rise in Buzz with an impressive jump of 4 places in the rankings to sit at 6th position. With a rapid increase in smart city initiatives worldwide, there is a strong need to form a clear cybersecurity structure, have a proper risk management plan, and appoint chief information officers at city levels, in addition to taking other steps in order to secure smart cities. Dr. Saeed Al-Dahiri, the chairman of Smart World, a joint venture between Etisalat and Dubai South, said that cyber attacks are getting more frequent and complicated, making enterprises and smart city ecosystems more vulnerable. Smart cities industry is projected to be worth more than $400 billion by 2020, according to experts. The megatrend of smart cities is the main solution to cope with water and energy shortages, higher air pollution, traffic congestion and other challenges due to rapid urbanization. Al-Dhahiri said the UAE is actively taking effective measures at federal, local and private levels to enhance security. Among the key initiatives in this direction include forming the National Electronic Security Authority and Computer Emergency Response Team at the federal level and Dubai Electronic Security Centre and Abu Dhabi Systems and Information Centre at local level. Quoting a Fortnite report according to which there are more than 500,000 cyber attacks worldwide each minute, Al-Dhahiri highlighted how the threats and risks increase with more connected IoT and more data being recorded and stored in different locations.